Nice, it worked. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? I
What's up,
was
guys?
testing out this feature where if you put everybody on backstage before you go on, it will automatically revert to that. So
Hmm.
nice. What's going on, everyone? Appreciate everybody tuning in. I see Chili in the chat, Frogman Offshore, and we got
The
Big Bolt.
StreamYard made some really big improvements with their
Yeah,
platform, which
I
is nice.
noticed that there was some options now in the settings and stuff that used to not be there, which is cool. I mean, that's kind of what yeah, every once in a while. YouTube is not really like that. They don't like to add features like ever. They're really slow, but I guess maybe that's because they're like a bigger platform. But how's your Tuesday, Hawk? How's everything going today, man?
Well, just same old. Just work. I actually had a lot of stuff to do today.
I think you need to eat an Alpha Brain and drink a Diet Coke and
I know, dude. I'm tired.
little more amped up here. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
was really
tired.
weak. How's your Tuesday?
It's been it's been tiring, man. It's mentally draining. I do have my Diet Coke though. I'm working on it. Just hold on.
Delicious aspartame, right?
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I like I said, just been busy. Watching the market. Markets kind of they suck. No real improvement on the market today at all. And yeah, nothing great at the moment. Yeah, it sucks, man. I feel like there's just not much to talk about with crypto and mining. I'm trying to how do we stay, refreshed here and keep everybody informed? It's just it's tough. It's tough. Like right now it sucks for a lot of people. I had a few GPU clients today hit me up about selling their rigs. It's not, it's not great. So it's but it is what it is, and it all goes through cycles. So we just keep expanding, working on Terra, and that's just pretty much it. That's really all we got at the moment. I mean, a lot of people are buying ASICs. I mean, it's not, especially now that prices have come down, people are buying machines. And sales are okay. And it's just ASIC all day long. And there's really nothing else. Really, I mean, I'm hoping that the market bounces back, especially for a lot of people with those AL3s. I'm hoping that it makes a rebound here soon, which I think it will, but right now lithium is just no movement.
Yeah, that's tough for those guys on the lithium miners. I think that was the fastest ASIC to go unprofitable. And I guess I'm curious as to how many units Bitmain released, if it was just a few hundred, and
if a few thousand, I think, at least.
And then but see, then you have Ice River release their batch, right? And it's just smaller projects like this, ASICs can destroy the profitability extremely fast because they don't care about how profitable it is. They're just going to price those machines and shoot you that profitability magic number, and they want you to buy. You know what I mean? And it's it's real. Those guys are in a tough spot. I mean, but it is a very speculative play. So hopefully it works out for those guys. I mean, it could, man. If it does a 10 or 20x, I mean, the conversation is gonna be completely different.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, then it's not gambling; it's investment advice, right? Retro Mike, right? So, what's up, Mike? Good to see you. He says those lithium ASICs making phones look real good. Yeah, I think the phone mining stuff is cool, man. It's like, I personally, I don't have time to set up anything. I tried it, I really did. I just don't have I just don't have the time. We're so freaking busy. It's crazy. Go CJ Crypto, what's up, man? Any comment on Gold Shell advertising ROI? I mean, that's what they do. It's a sales tactic. A lot of people will put ROIs on their websites, and personally, Gold Shell's been good to me as a content creator, and they've been awesome. They've sponsored my channel numerous times, but sometimes they do struggle with quality on their machines, And I feel like sometimes they're behind the curve. Now there is a market for those small ASICs, the little home ASICs. There's a market for that, and I think that's what they focus on more. It's cheaper to produce the ASIC. I'd imagine that creating home ASICs and selling them is a larger margin than making large ASICs and selling them. So I think so, because think of the cost it probably takes to create one of those gold shells.
Yeah, but
right, and they sell it for
I'm
5, 6, 7,000. Some of them.
I'm so adverse on those things. I tell people not to buy them all the time. I would never, if you're not going to buy a big boy Whatsminer or a Bitmain, you shouldn't do it. Maybe if you're really trying to get some educational, to be able to get used to it, I could see you spending a couple $100 on a crappy unit, maybe. But from an investment standpoint of making money on the unit, they never do.
Right.
They never do.
Yeah.
So
it's just, it's a
FOMO.
total cash grab for a lot of these companies, man. And a lot of people, they get sold on the, they look at the profitability, and it's just, they add it to their website. And I don't think it's, personally, I think it's just greedy marketing. It's just them saying, oh, this it's like putting a thumbnail out. Like when somebody puts a thumbnail and it says $2,000 a day, and it's a picture of a coin that's like blurred out or fuzzy. It makes you click on the thumbnail, and it's the same thing with sales. It's the same psychology, where
that's what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. that's kind of. I mean, I don't know. I don't agree with buying the small. I mean, if you have really cheap power at home, and I'm talking like sub 6, 7 cents, then I think it's great to get the small box ones. But
I mean, it does. I guess it does matter. But I mean, and it depends on who they're marketing to. But to me, it's like most home users are going to be in the 15-cent range. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the average in the States.
Yeah,
the average in the States is 15, 16 cents. Which will probably end up coming down now with the deregulation of some energy sectors. But I don't personally I wouldn't buy the small ASICs. I mean, like I said, they've given me a few. I actually sold my Mini Doge 3 to Aragorn Strider that had my logo and stuff on it. I can't run them. I can't run them here. There's no point in running them. They don't make as much. And I mean, I think they're good conversation pieces, like the solo miners, like the BitAxe or the Mars Lander. I think they're great conversation pieces. They're good for like your desk, or you have somebody over and you want a solo mine or do something like that. I think those are cool. I think they have their place. I just don't. I don't see the point in buying the gold shell. To be honest with you, I don't even know how there's a market for that, because even with cheap power, those units don't stay profitable very long. I mean, everyone's looking at this the AE, what is it? The AE box, or the AE box Pro.
Is that the new lithium miner one?
From Gold Shell. It's at $28 a day. It's a Leo. No, it's a Leo.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Aleo. It's I know. That's what I meant to say, but it's the new Aleo one, and it's one that everyone's going to FOMO into, and then the profitability is going to go.
Yeah, it's going to tank. The Ice River has their AE0, and 50 mega hash at 100 watts. I mean, it's crazy efficient, right? The yields are good on it, but the problem is that if they only sold these little ones, right, then I think it would be okay. But the minute that they sell these, okay,
Bitmain's coming out.
Yeah, there's a big machine that comes out and it wrecks these little ones. They know what they're doing. You know what I mean? I don't know. I would slap an X16Q in every room to heat my house over paying a heating bill all day. Those things are sick. Yeah.
I've been.
What's up, geek?
I cleared out a bunch of inventory I had at my house, so I've been cleaning stuff at night and packaging it all up and everything. Like, look, I found this. I didn't even know I had this. This is a 4 terabyte Gen 4 NVMe.
Oh wow!
Didn't even know I had it. It was just sitting on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah.
Like I found so much stuff like that. Like I didn't even know I had. Like I'm building a new computer, right? Because I'm gonna sell my loop, my custom loop. So I have a new like desktop situation I'm gonna go with. But I'm gonna use this Gen 4 and stuff like that, because I was like, wow, dude, like I didn't even know I had that stuff. But yeah, it's
I love my
fair,
I got my Gen 5 Sabrent. I love it. It was a good purchase. A
yeah.
total difference in my computer and,
Can't
and
remember
everything.
I can't remember who recommended this Sabrent drive to you, but kudos
Yeah.
to
It's
them.
great. 2
Kudos
terabytes,
to
Gen
them.
5, super fast. Window. I start the computer and it's like before I even sit down, Windows is already loaded. It's wild.
Like I'm totally not a Sabrent fan here. Like
It was definitely me. Says that's
yeah.
Yeah. It's I don't know. Can you put some music on, King? I feel like all I hear is myself.
It
Thanks,
suits
buddy.
me though.
It soothes you? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Still put some music on. Chili says Mac for life. I'm a Mac guy. I mean, I have a PC, but I'm a Mac guy too. I have an iPad.
I do all
right.
I do all my daily like Terra work and my work at night for when I'm fixing ASICs and stuff, like and all my Ansible stuff, all my Visual Studio Code, emails, like all of that stuff is all editing. That's all done on my MacBook. That's like what I'm on right now. So it's in front of me. So I'm actually buying a new Mac Mini, and I got their new Studio 5K display.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Come on, dude. I mean, okay. I cleared out, and this is gonna go crazy. Okay, over three, because there's 2 boxes still. 3 70-gallon totes that I'm sending to somebody that's buying all this stuff from me. 3 70-gallon totes full of computers, workstations, CPUs, motherboards, like graphics cards. Huh? It equated to over 400 pounds of computer parts.
Yeah.
And I still have some here. Like it is just gross. Like there's computer stuff upstairs, there's stuff in the basement, in my room, in my closet, in the garage. Like I was just like, I'm like, well, I might need that one day. No, I'm not. Just sell it. Like it's been on the shelf for like a year. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I have a MacBook Pro with the M3 Pro in there. It's great. I love that laptop. It works. Battery lasts a long time. It's efficient. It's fast. My MacBook Pros have lasted me. The last one before that lasted me almost 10 years without changing anything on it. So I like the Macs. I mean, especially for like editing and stuff, going live. They're really good. They're really good for like multimedia stuff. But like I said, I use both. I have the custom PC that we built like a year and a half ago, and then my Mac. So it has its case.
Like I see Russia Mike complaining about the studio code. Dude, I use it every day, and guess what? It does exactly what I need it to do. And anything that I need to run in Windows, I just use Wine, which is an emulator for Windows. So that's what I use for my my Winbox, for when I need to use the stuff to get into all the MikroTik stuff. So I mean, honestly, it does everything I need it to do. So I like the Macs because they work. They're I find that they're more reliable, and the quality of the MacBook, at least in my experience, has been way better than all the Windows laptops. You know what I mean? That I've ever owned, and I've had some pretty high-end ones. So I mean, yeah. But now I have a gaming PC just right over there. Right, it's a custom loop I built, but it's just like I just play games on that. So what I'm going to do is the Mac Mini is going to be for work and like stuff like that, emails and all that kind of crap, Visual Studio Code. And then right next to it, I'm going to have my new tower that I'm building, which is going to be, I never really liked all the big shiny lights and stuff like that. I decided to do it once because I just wanted to do the big custom loop. Now I'm going back to what I usually build, which is mini ITX. So I'm getting an extremely small form factor. I'm using the fractal design. So it's going to be a much smaller chassis. And that's going to be my new daily gaming rig there. I'm trying to source a 9800X3D. I think I might have to have somebody go to Micro Center and pick one up for me.
Yeah, I have the 7800, the 7850X, 7950X 3D. It's great. I like it. Works great. Do you debug in Visual Studio? Are you using real Visual Studio or just VS Code? VE Code is just an overbloated version of Notepad.
No, I use Visual Studio Code, and I mean, okay, so I don't do as much coding as Retro Mike does because I only use the Visual Studio Code I use it to SSH into my Ansible machine I have up there, my server, and I actively just add lines of code to the YAML and init file. And so I'm just adding those in there. So it does everything that I needed to do from code editing, right? Because I like to just be able to see like all of the users and the user YAML and actively edit it instead of like going in there, doing a nano and doing all that crap. I just like Visual Studio Code works better for me.
You know, I haven't taken a ride to the Miami Micro Center. I should, just to go.
Frank's been there a few times. You sent me a picture last time. They had like a competition for 3D printing. It was cool.
Oh, did they really? Yeah, the one in Miami has got like a permanent police detail in the front. So funny.
You know, before Terra was even a thing or even a thought for me is of years ago, I actually reached out to Micro Center because I wanted to set one up in Arizona when I first moved there and see if they would franchise it. And they don't do franchising, by the way. But
no,
I wish they did.
Probably not a store that big. I wouldn't imagine. I don't know if there's any stores that big that franchise. Like Micro Center is like a Best Buy, right, on steroids. So it's like I don't know if there was ever any stores of that magnitude, like that size. Typically, franchising stores are like usually like either restaurants or small shops. I don't remember.
Well, I mean, I was just trying to reach out to see if I could even just do something with them. You know what I mean? In general, I didn't know.
No, of course.
I'm just like, hey, I know there's a lot of interest in computers in this area. There's nothing, you know, around here. You know, can we get some going? And yeah, they just, you're an idiot. Why are you emailing us?
Yeah. I mean, you could always create like a small computer store, and
yeah, you could do your own thing, but I think because you're behind that Micro Center name, you know what I mean, you're gonna get you're obviously gonna get some publicity from that, you know what I mean. Oh, brand new location opening up in Phoenix or wherever it was gonna be.
You could also use it to your advantage and say, can't get to a Micro Center fast enough, I got what you need here at Mining King PC Emporium. I'm serious.
Oh man,
I'm serious. You could use it, like you can use it as a like.
Well, right, but see, I'm building a brand, but see, it's using Micro Center would be fast tracking, right? Because the brand's already established. You know what I mean? Versus building from the bottom. Trust me, like I'm all about having a company and doing all that stuff, but that does come with its own challenges with building, you know what I mean, your own brand. Instead of just being a part of one that already exists.
You should have opened KiiNG Center. Yeah.
I mean, dude, I still got stuff on my shelves. There might even be more that might go to that person, you know, in the future, because I'm probably going to do another round of clearing the shelves out.
I got some stuff I could probably liquidate too, but not as much as you had. Probably. I still have like at least like 9 or 10 5700s that are just 5700 XTs that are just, I don't know what to do with those things. They're just sitting there.
I was just like, you know, I could use all this stuff to fund my new builds I want to do, and I'm going to sell the custom loop. So I'm like, yeah, you know what, dude? Let's just do it. And plus, it's going to clear off all this shit that, like, for some reason, I think if I hold on to it, it's like going to appreciate. Like, it's GPU mining's not coming back, man. I'm sorry. If you think you're going to sell your GPUs for lots of money this bull run, it's not going to happen.
Well, the 3070s went up in price. They were like
but like 5700s and 570s and 1660 supers and 1660 Ti's, and
you want them, Mike? I'll send them to you.
These really old cards. I don't see those guys really making a comeback.
I mean, I
And
hope
then,
it does, man. I really do. I hope it does because like
well, it would be great for
Panda's so
like,
convinced that it's gonna make a huge comeback, and I don't doubt him because he went through the cycle. So like,
if
but
it doesn't,
we'll
though,
see.
Panda, I'm totally gonna rub it in your face. I'm just saying. But no, I would like it to. Like, don't get me wrong, because things. I feel like people talk about it less. Like, we used to talk about all the new mining, coins come out. Oh, Neoxys came out. What's this coin? I found it on Mining Pool Stats. Let's go check that out. Like, nobody's really doing that anymore. Like, nobody talks about any of the GPU coins. Like, oh, it's another dog shit with hat coin. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, nobody really looks at any of that stuff. A lot of times, so does sometimes. He still kind of looks at a few coins here and there when it piques his interest.
Yeah,
I sold all of my desktops and all of my workstations, so all my 5900Xs, my i9, all of my Xeon workstations all went to this person. I took all my 4090s out, and I'm going to be buying a 8U server to get them in there. And I'm going to send that one down to Florida, and that way just all on Vast. I'm stepping away from Salad, and I think Salad has its place. I don't think it's a good source of okay, if you're going to invest like a lot of money, like let's just say you're going to get like 3 or 4 4090s and build some computers and stuff, I don't think it's worth it from that investment standpoint to purposely build rigs to put on Salad to make money. I think the payback's going to be a lot longer than if you did something like Vast or other platforms, maybe, like Flux Edge and stuff like that. I think you'd have better income, steady income from those particular platforms. I think Salad, what I think it will be best used for is for gamers. And what I mean by that is let's just say you work a regular job, like your 9 to 5, whatever, and you want to spend X amount of dollars on a computer. You could offset that cost by using Salad, right? So like, okay, you're gaming, from, we'll say from like 6 to 10 o'clock at night every day during the work week. Okay. Well, all those other times that you're not gaming, you just turn Salad on. You know what I mean? And let the resources be used by Salad, and then you can generate some offset passive income to recoup some of the cost from your purchase, right? I think it's great for that, but it's so up and down, and it's when you get rented, when you don't get rented. When they made that announcement with 4090s, I literally turned 6 on and only one of them got a job. It only lasted like a few days.
I think, the problem is I think that they make these announcements and then it's just that there's so much hardware in our community. I mean, I would love to take like a poll and just try to see like if majority of people in our community, if we were to combine all of our computer hardware together, how many GPUs and how many of what, I would love to take like a community poll, of people, probably just in this chat alone, there's probably a few thousand GPUs between what do we have, 80 people in here? I'm not even kidding. There's just so much hardware that is floating around that the minute someone gets word of something, I mean, there's people watching us right now that are not in chat, are just waiting for information about something, and then boom, they go and they run and they put it on there before anybody else. There's just people that do that.
There was a particular pool that was profitable for GPU mining. I don't know if it still is because I don't watch GPU mining that often. I think it was last week I spoke to Brandon. Brandon does run a mining pool, but they do Warthog over there, but they call it merge mining. It's not true merge mining, but you get a payout in Jellyfish. Mm-hmm. I think they even had a bonus, like you get like 100 or something like that. Jellyfish
or something.
Yeah, it's like a bonus for right now. I don't know if that's still going on or not, but they were, because of how much Jellyfish you got and how much Warthog you got, it was actually profitable by a good amount to mine on his pool. So I think I actually applaud Brandon because I think what he's doing with the jellyfish and GPU mining, I think he's actually trying to make it, as Trump would say, make GPU mining great again. You know what I mean?
Hey,
I think
you told me no politics.
that's as far as I'm going with politics. Okay, just to give you a smile. I only did that because I know you'd smile at it.
I mean, we should make GPU mining great again. The problem is that there's no utility anymore for GPU mining. There's none, and until a project requires it, it's just gonna float around. I'm not saying that there's not going to be, but here's the thing, like, and this is my argument against, when people say, oh, it'll come back around, but there's already projects that are doing things already and becoming successful that are not proof of work, that are already solving and building ecosystems without proof of work. So we need another Ethereum to come along, which is basically it's an ecosystem and you need people to adopt it. Well, what's going to stop people from building on like Sui or Solana or any other of these layer 1s or layer 2s and then using a proof of work? You like Ethereum was like, it was blessed by a couple different things. It was blessed by timing. It was blessed by, the money and investment that it had, and NFTs. I mean, the timing was perfect for Ethereum. The timing is no longer a factor. There's too many people trying to do the same thing. I personally don't even think we're going to have this amazing altcoin season that everybody thinks we're going to have, because there's too many coins is there enough liquid in the market to move all these coins to previous highs from the last bull run? I'm just saying, like, it's a question that I have. You know what? Like, even like, for example, like Caspa. We use Caspa for an example. Everybody knows Caspa. Everybody loves Caspa. Well, most people, except RetroMine. But no, everybody.
Apologies, scheme. That's okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Like, what they're trying to do, there's 1,000 other projects with way better leadership and not that the leadership at Caspa is bad. It's not what I'm saying. But way better leadership in corporations and marketing teams that are not proof of work, and that are gaining adoption, and people are doing it. There's more money to be made for the project if you're not proof of work. So what's incentivizing people to go to proof of work anymore? I felt like somebody would have done that already. Especially with, like, could you imagine if Solana was proof of work? Like, it would be Ethereum all over again. Could you imagine if like even Cardano, and Cardano's got a very, very large ecosystem. Like, could you imagine? But why? But do you guys understand my point? There may be no more use for proof of work ecosystems anymore, except for Bitcoin, Litecoin, the ones that are already there. Unless somebody comes out with something that is completely, mind blowing and it's revolutionary and changes things. And this is what a lot of people had hopes for Caspa. You know what I mean?
That investor wants to know when the Flux Edge is actually going to take off. I mean, look, man, like, okay, so Flux has many different companies and divisions, right? They have a lot going on. But you got to realize this though too, that there was already been a lot of established AI marketplaces in the industry already.
Yeah, it's just my point exactly though. It's already too flooded with everybody doing stuff. It's getting to that point though. Like what Flux is doing is awesome. I think they're a little late, but that's just me. They've pivoted too many times, and they're going to struggle moving forward. And I think they know that. They know that it's not easy, and I think that's a fair assessment. I think that goes for anybody though. Like, and right now they're saying, "Oh, what about the Quay network?" I knew about the Quay QAI or however you call it. These guys hit me up over a year and a half ago to do a giveaway for their network. They've been building that long. But what else in the famous words of Patrick Guyan, like, what are you fixing and what are you bringing? Ethereum fixed something when they came out. It was the timing as well. They were fixing some stuff that had to do with, building an ecosystem. They had projects, NFTs were exploding at the time. They had a lot of benefits at that time that made them what they are. You need all of that to happen again. Like, how, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not saying that Caspa's doesn't have it. I'm not saying that, all these other projects or Flux may not have it, but everyone's race imagine a NASCAR race with 1 million cars. And if you and I'm just being conservative here, there's probably way more proof of work projects, but imagine a race with 1 million cars. Eventually, if you go around the track enough, you're going to get into gridlock and there's going to be no one doing anything. The cars aren't going to move around the track because it's too congested. That's essentially what our community is. It really is. Ethereum grew wings and learned how to fly. That was the difference. A lot of these projects are still on the ground. And it's like, where do we go from here? Where are we going from here? Oh, okay, cool. Here's the Quay network. All right, here's Flux Edge. Here's Lithium. And here's Caspa and fastest. These problems have already been solved.
Oh, my God.
Where are we going from here?
Here we go. Tad.
What happened?
Here we got Tad. I know you're a huge advocate of ISER. Should I mortgage my house to buy a bunch of...
Yeah, he's totally trolling you.
I know he is. I mean, honestly, my view on Ice River is they should really focus more on quality than anything. I will
tell you though, Ice River King was very, very forthcoming in helping with the AL3 issues that we did have. I throw that out there. I got to give them credit. They were good. They responded well. Their service was awesome. And we came up with some solutions, and then they got the firmware update out. So,
but do you remember when we used to just buy a video game cartridge? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Do you remember when you go to the store, you go buy the Super Nintendo Punch Out? Okay, it just worked. I feel like everybody's really rushing to get machines out to maybe overlook certain quality controls and stuff like that, just to get these things out the door, get their money, because they got guys, the money guy, the books guys hounding them that they need to sell them and make money again. And to me, I don't know. Some people like Ice River and they like their machines. I don't. I think they're garbage.
Just a budget. It's a budget ASIC. They know it's a budget ASIC. It's a cheaper.
Do very speculative coins. Did you notice that they don't do any coins that are not speculative?
Well, there's they saw a market share, and they tackled it, and they said that no one's making these machines. Let's do it. I bet you that we'll sell it. And they gambled, and they were right. They made hundreds of millions of dollars.
I have an AL0 over there that was batch 1. I was batch 1.
Yeah, but you got bad luck on that though. I gotta call the record though.
$850 fucking dollars on that piece of crap. Okay, and now it makes 20 cents a day, or payback never. I might as well just throw it out the damn door over here.
Yeah, but you got bad luck on that because that didn't follow the traditional cycle. It released that and the Bitmain one at the same time.
Batch one could do me no wrong. You know what I mean?
Right, but Bitmain released theirs at almost the same time, and that it screwed you.
I will. Okay, I've also owned big Ice Rivers, and every machine that they've ever produced their profitability has sunk so far to not being profitable in the end. Name an old Ice River machine that still makes money to this day. I'll go grab a Bitmain over here that still makes money. Okay.
Well,
I think do that with an Ice River. If an Ice River is over a year old, it makes $0. It is negative.
I mean, there were people that really benefited from Ice River early, and it was fully electric, greater good mining, who took big gambles on before Panda got a machine, or Panda did a video on the machine, and and those are the guys that won that race. You know what I mean? Because you got to take a real, and then because most people won't buy anything until somebody in the community or there's a review somewhere. That's just how people are. Review videos do very, very well. With that being said, it's just, I don't know, man. Everyone's just kind of, I'm really concerned if there's going to be something else that's going to take the position. You really, the problem is when ETH was around, it was the only one. Now you have 30 of them or 40 of them, all trying to do the same thing, all trying to be proof of work. And there's just, I wish Panda was here for the argument 5 minutes ago, because I think he would have enjoyed it. There's nothing. There's too much competition now. The race has slowed down. I don't. How are you going to get adoption? You know how much adoption has to be on one of these proof of work chains to grow, to grow these for GPU miners or ASIC miners to make money? Do you understand how much adoption has to be there? A lot. There has to be a lot of adoption. Billions of dollars that have to be flown through with the amount of hash rate laying around. GPU mining could very well be dead, like completely dead, because there's too much competition out there now. And the majority of the proof of stake concepts are winning over the proof of work ones. So
I just want you to see this, everybody.
I saw it. I know. No, they're not profitable. We know they're not profitable.
That's when I used to talk to Pran, I was like, yeah, your power is for free at that point almost. It's like nothing. Like,
yeah.
I could go like, oh man, this is.
But that's somebody just said, tell me about profitable Bitmain Kadena miners. Oh, that's a pure example. Like Kadena's got a good ecosystem. You can do good things on Kadena. Nobody adopted it. Nobody. No major companies wanted to build there. Why? Because proof of work blockchains, with the exception of maybe a few, unless it's you can't count Ethereum, they don't do well because the hash rate destroys their projects. And this is a problem. Dominican, what do you think about Telestai?
I know those guys over there. Good group of guys. I think what they're doing is great. I think they got a really long road ahead of them, but they are hitting some milestones, which is cool. They're super active in their development. And I know that they're in the community a lot. So
I think they have a hard challenge. And I know Chief, I've talked to him. I try to advise them if they ask questions, because I am part of their media thing. And what he's trying to do is really cool. It's not impossible. It's very hard to achieve. And there's a lot of questions. And I feel like people, and I say this in general, even with gaming on blockchain tech, I think is ridiculous, right? Like, it's just not what blockchains are designed for. So when you take something that you're trying to implement and put it on from real world and put it on a chain and let it operate on a chain, it becomes very challenging, because I feel like they're just not designed to do certain things. I could be wrong, and I'm probably looking at this from like a 30,000 foot level. You know what I mean? But it's just, I don't know, man. The competition's too fierce. The competition's too fierce. There's too many people trying to do the same thing. I don't know. CJ says the only hope is for most of these coins. The only hope most of these coins have is that BTC gets too expensive due to all the companies and countries, etc., etc., buying, and people look at alts as an alternative. Right now, I get it. Yeah. All hell in the Oxa. Yeah. I mean, like, in that case, you get a commemorative pin. Oh my god, you guys are all crazy. It's like, it's just, okay, here's the question, is why would I build, I know why I would do it, but I'm just looking at it from like a business point of view. A centralized project like Solana, great marketing team, great business, the chain has had some failures up and down, but they're partnered with Visa, okay? Like, they have major partners, okay? Why wouldn't a company build on Solana, and why wouldn't they go build on Ethereum? Because proof of work projects, decentralized projects, 9 times out of 10 have zero success. You can't count Bitcoin and you can't count Ethereum, because those are the exceptions to the rule, both being the first of each style. So explain that. And no one can give me that answer, because there is no answer. You need a proof of work project to be like a Solana, with a leader, good marketing team. Fuck this decentralization shit. The reason why there's no profitable coins is because decentralized infrastructure and coins goes nowhere. there's only a few projects that have real potential to do good. One's Varus, which I think Varus Coin is an amazing project. And I think what they're doing is good between cross chains, and you can make a lot of money on Varus if you know what you're doing, right? I think Ergo Bridge to Cardano has a chance now because they're essentially in the Cardano ecosystem. Okay. Caspa to me is still a spec play. I don't think it's impossible for Caspa. Aletheium's going to have a hard road ahead. You know what I mean? Because until they get some major stuff moving, I mean, that's just what it is.
I think a lot of these coins now are thinking of ways to make bridges and do cross-chain stuff because they realize that they can't survive on their own. You know what I mean? That it's not good enough. I mean, I like Ergo. Ergo's is a good project, but I do think that, like, and this is the other thing is like, why do these people want to, like, why would Visa or these big companies want to invest on a proof of work project that's gonna literally have just thousands of miners? There's gonna be so much sell pressure, and then you have companies like Bitmain that come in and then just the price totally tanks, release thousands of miners, there's sell pressure like crazy. It makes that little project so very, very unstable.
Okay.
Right. I don't see a big company coming in and say, yeah, I want to be a part of that. They're not going to do that.
Well, I think you're correct. And Panda saying Bitcoin dominance is going up, it's bleeding alts, people are selling, people are tired and bored. That's it, nothing else. I think that's half of the truth. I don't think that's the entire truth. I think, yes, it is true, but that's half of the reason what's happening. The other half is that there's too much going on. You're not going to think about it this way. If we were at the 3 million altcoins, not 33 million altcoins that we are now, and we're at 3 million, okay? That's estimated from the previous cycle. I would say, yes, there's a better chance now, but we're at 33 million altcoins. That's crazy. You may not even have enough liquidity, even if Bitcoin dominance goes down to 30%, to even pump all those. Could you imagine how much money that is? That's in the tens of trillions of dollars. 33 million altcoins, all to go up to previous highs. I don't know if that's possible. I don't think it's possible. Unless there's big money that comes in. I'm serious. I'm not trying to be, I want everybody to be like, let's be honest. Like, let's just be honest. Like, is Caspa going to hit $2 or $3? Is Aletheium going to go back up to 25? $2 or $2.50? Can it hit $25? Are all these altcoins, you mean to tell me that with 10 times the amount of altcoins in the market to the previous cycle, with the same amount of money floating around, there's going to be these major 100 to 200x's on all these altcoins? I don't think it's possible. I think it's hopium. Then that's less money that pumps the proof of work projects. That's less money that goes into the proof of work projects, unless they have like a good news or something that they're doing. If we have the same, look, I could be wrong, but looking at numbers, there's too much floating around.
And that assumes that more altcoins aren't created between now and then.
And then
right?
It could be 50 million plus altcoins in the next year, a year and a half. There's people creating altcoins left and right. There's bots doing it in seconds. What do you think's driven Solana's value? Ethereum's got shit coins written all over it. I mean, the only, like I said, when it comes to mining, the only projects are the ones that, like Doge, Litecoin mining has always been consistent. But like you said, that may turn away in the next 3-4 years, 5 years, maybe a little longer, because it's got to, there's not that much hash rate. But You have to spread the money around, and I just don't. It could be wrong. Maybe there is tens of trillions of dollars that comes in and makes up for the difference. Maybe there is, but not at a what's the under $3 trillion market cap. It's not likely with 33 million altcoins. Just saying.
It's gonna be interesting for sure.
I could be wrong, but like if I'm somebody that's looking at charts, or I'm someone that's looking at the current situation, I'm sitting here going, let's just put it in Bitcoin, put everything we mine in Bitcoin and hope for the best at the moment.
Yeah, I'm actually, my L9 is on VIA converting all into BTC, and I'm just going to take that L9 and mine it straight into the dirt till it's not profitable anymore.
I'll be honest, when I saw that that tweet from Sot about how many different altcoins there was, I got discouraged because I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And Retro Mike makes a point. He says meme tokens are only popular because Solana made it cheap to do so. We need to make things more expensive again and weed out the peasants. I mean, yeah, it's possible, but I feel like you're going to need at least double the market in money, which means you're going to need the crypto market to hit $6-7 trillion worth.
All right,
you're going to need that. That's what I feel like. I don't feel like that's enough liquid to hit the market.
That's not going to move as much money as you think. Okay,
That's not tens of trillions. I hate to break it. That's not that much money. That's in the hundreds of billions, maybe, but maybe half a trillion. But
most of these investment guys, they're going to look at the track records of these fucking shit coins, and they're going to tell their people not to put money into it. Like, yeah, I mean, you could do it of your own free will because it's your own account, and you could be an idiot, but most financial advisors, when they look at crypto charts of altcoins, they are not going to recommend people to go buy a fucking Raven coin. Okay. They're not going to recommend people to go buy Caspa. Okay. Because there's not enough history there for them to make a recommended buy. You know what I mean? On that. If people could do it on their own accord, if they could do it in their 401ks, but no financial investors will ever recommend that, ever.
I'm just saying, man. You need a lot of. Okay, so there's 10 times the altcoins. You need 10 times the liquid to be the last run. Is that not a fair assessment? Am I wrong? I mean, I'm a very, you know, I use very good logic. Smoke must be fire, right? It's not flowers. So, like, could I be wrong? I mean,
so data makes a pretty good point.
Yeah, but look at that. That's okay. So that's 4 alts or whatever meme coins. Okay, that 3 were just copies of 1. It's so flooded with bullshit. Granted, sometimes the bullshit goes nowhere. I get it, but
I mean, but that just tells you that if one coin is made, and let's just say it really pops off, there's probably going to be 20 copycats of that coin trying to scam people. You know what I mean? And there's going to be that much money moving around going into those crappy projects that we don't want to go into there, but it will, right? Because, you know.
So Ghosty says, I see utility coins as the upcoming gameplay. Right, but what happens when there are too much utility coins all competing to do the same thing? Competition breeds innovation. We know that, right? Because everyone's always trying to get a leg up on the other. But what happens when it doesn't? And what happens when you have Quay Network, Flux AI, Chlor AI, and then a million other projects that are all doing the same thing? Even if you distribute it to everyone evenly, one of the projects is going to lose. I mean, granted, that's the nature of things, but it's you need a company to come in with good leadership, good money, and build a Solana-like project on proof of work for GPU mining to make a real comeback. That's what you need.
Yeah, but who's
You
going to
need
do
leadership.
That,
you need leadership. You need marketing teams. You need investors. You need a company. This whole let's let the community decide is bullshit. It's not going to work. It doesn't work. You need a leadership. You need. It's not set for success. It's just set for people to mine and dump. You need leadership. You need leadership. Otherwise, it turns into an intersection with no traffic lights. Then all that we invested in, which we took a risk on, we lost money. We're all going to blame each other and circle. I'm calm, dude. Don't tell me to calm down. You calm down. I'm calm. I mean, I'm just being real. Gotta find the Ubuntu of alts. Exactly.
Find the Ubuntu of alts.
We all need that, me included. And I'm with you. We're all in the same way. We're all in the same boat. I'm with you guys. Let's find the Ubuntu of altcoins that's proof of work. Or better yet, go create one. Let's get Retro Mike to create one. I mean, I'm all for getting rid of these leader-led projects and getting back to decentralized alternative to the US dollar. Well, I'm talking about like stuff that has utility that people are using it for. Things like, different, like projects that are actually have real-world use case. Those are typically projects that need leadership. Yeah, that's just my opinion. You don't have to agree. That's why we have dialogue. I just think that it's rough. It's rough. Why? I mean, there's a reason why the most bought ASIC right now are Bitcoin ASICs and S21s and L9s are the most bought ASIC on the market, and they've been consistently that way for the last 5 years. Like, there's a reason for that. The reason is that there are no good proof of work projects. When I say good, I mean profitable. No, I'm not making. Nope, not doing that. It's education. Retirement liquidity will come in ETFs. Currently, only about 60 ETF coins. Doge is on the way. But the U.S. tax spending on the Doge blockchain, great use case right there. Yeah, maybe. A huge part of the problem are the scammer meme coin plays that showed us last week. Yeah, no, that is a huge problem. I agree. Yeah, that's always going to be a problem, though. That's always going to be a problem in every industry.
But I mean, that's just because in crypto mining or in crypto in general, there's no, because of the decentralization, and how it works, like anybody can stand up any project anytime they want, whenever they want, right? So that's like, there's no like, you're not going to, to submit your business form, you know what I mean, to go have it approved, you know what I mean, and all that stuff. So it's just like, there's no committee. There are people you check in with. Like, I could just make Panda with dog shit tomorrow, and nobody could say a word to me about it. And maybe it'll be the next greatest thing. But that's, you have to take that bad with the good, though. So
yeah, I want there to be a nice proof of work project that comes out and it's got some real world use case. It gets adoption. And I'm not saying that the answer is to have leadership or a good I'm just saying that it sets the project up, in my opinion, for better success. It's what Ethereum had. And Ethereum got that adoption because the leaders, the people who were running the project, went out there, made connections, had people build on their chain, and that's just what happened. Am I wrong? Like, Ethereum, yes, I think for the timing was also, if you build it, they will come situation because of the timing that it was in. But now you can't, if you go and build a chain just like Ethereum right now, you're going to be hard pressed because there's 1,000 other copies. There's 1,000. And look, these are people who created these projects, even like, the Raptorium, Zeph, like what you guys are talking about, and Alethium and Casper. These are smart people with great tech behind them. It's not their fault. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about there's just no adoption. There's too much. There's too much on the market. What are you going to do? I'm not going to, if I'm new and I'm trying to build on a blockchain, how do I even find out about Casper or Lithium or any of these other, or Raptorium or Zeph or any of these other chains? I don't see marketing anywhere outside of YouTube and Twitter. Where's the marketing at? I don't see commercials for build on the Lithium's blockchain. We'll go ahead and secure your company. I don't see any of that shit. How you have to appeal to the common day people if you want all the money.
I mean, you have to have like life-changing tech though to be able to get noticed.
Not necessarily though. You can create a chain right now, okay, that is for restaurants. Let's just say it's for restaurants. Create a chain, helps restaurants, with their ordering, puts everything on the chain, everything's on the ledger, and you could see all the ordering, keep track of everyone's money. Take that idea, go to the million restaurants in the United States, and if you get 1% of them, you got some great adoption on your project.
The power.
Yeah, I have the Power Rangers ringtone. You don't like it? Fight me. Fight me, King. Fight me. You don't like my go Power Rangers? Kidding. You have to think of crypto projects as tech startups, incubator projects. Don't expect marketing for 5 to 10 years. Well, I think that's bad though. When you need adoption, though, you need adoption for the success of a lot of these projects, right? If you build something and you want, he said cops always want to be right. I'm just talking, bro. Not about being right. It's an opinion. So if you want success, you got to go out there and you got to get it. Like you can't just create something and just think that because the tech is going to drive the adoption. It's not. There's way better tech out there than Solana. Why is Solana beating the shit out of everybody?
Now we're getting off on ringtones now. These guys are crazy.
Panda says he's breaking even on a lot of his hardware.
Feeling the heat, breaking even. If not on most of my hardware, I've been on the edge and have been thinking about selling and going all in.
I agree with this statement. Tech for the sake of tech goes nowhere. You need a purpose. Right. That's what I'm saying.
I think.
Oh, you're teasing. Oh, so you're being a troll. That's cool. I'm just kidding, man. I love you. Thank you.
Yeah. I think Panda. I think like. I mean, I made a comment to you just to go in and go buy a bunch of L9s, and then you get pretty cheap power in there, Canada. So you could probably get a bunch of S21 like XPs and stuff. Like,
hey, good. Sorry.
The ASIC game is. I think if you want passive income, if that's your goal, you know what I mean, then I would say.
I think
if passive income is your goal, then the L9 or something is probably going to be. What's benchmarking? I don't have anything on benchmarking.
You were like a robot for like 10 seconds during that conference.
I'm on the same network as my kids. I didn't get on my T-Mobile one. They're probably watching TV and streaming. I don't have any AI on in the house right now. Zero. None. There's one rig that I'm still letting Brandon borrow, which is on Warthog. That's it. He's had my Epic rig for like 2 or 3 weeks now. But yeah, I don't have any AI on. It's all off, by the way.
So Retro Mike said, most don't want adoption until they have a solid project. Then don't release the project. Don't release the project. That's that's the Loco Tech method. Let's start this company and sell a product that we don't have that's not finalized yet. That's a good way for something to die. I feel like. Am I wrong? Like we didn't release Terra until we were building Terra months before. I mean, almost 6 months before we released it. Like, because we needed to be ready. We needed to, have certain things that put in place.
Yusuf in his multi accounts from Snake is asking, did I sell? I did at the time. I did liquidate all of my crypto to buy my AI investment. I have since bought back in though. And plus I have my L9 from my S19K trade. So I have my L9 converting to Bitcoin, and that's just like Bitcoin retirement. Like I don't even need to sell or do anything with that. It's just mining, and then I'm just holding the Bitcoin. That's it. I'm only
John says that's like opening a restaurant without having customers. Customers come time. I'm not, but yeah, I'm not talking about opening the restaurant. That's like opening a restaurant and not having a kitchen. You need all those. You need to build. The restaurant is the project built and ready to release, right? That's why you open. That's one step ahead. I'm talking about that's opening a restaurant without having seats or anything to cook with. It's just to raise money with the idea that one day you'll have a kitchen and seats. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, there's nothing in the restaurant at that point. I know what you're saying.
Right. There's nothing in there. It's just a door with a sign.
All right, Yusuf. Do I ever take risk? I mean, I'm the guy who bought pallets of Z15s, and you all thought it was freaking nuts. All right, and I sold out of them.
I still think it was a little crazy. I can't believe how much luck you had on that one.
I take risks as much as anybody else. Currently, my positions are as follows: as far as from what I hold the most to the least. Okay, most is going to be Solana. Second most is going to be Zen, obviously, because I test Zen machines all the time. So then it's Zen, then it's Cardano, and then it's Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm doing daily buys of Bitcoin and Ethereum at not daily, I'm sorry, weekly $20 buys of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'm just going to do it over the long term because I think they'll be worth more down the road, and it's more of a long-term investment for that. And then I have the L9 and it's Bitcoin.
So real quick, King. So Mike, like Terra is considered a startup. We're still in startup phase. Okay. Which we're moving out of startup phase into whatever the next one would be out of, like raising money, right? Because we did that already. But we didn't start, Terra started as an idea, and then we implemented it with our own investment, got a facility, started marketing, started talking, started gaining clients and everything while still in the startup phase. It was no raising money without a facility or even an incorporation or anything. You know, it's hard to go through messages to this right here, but yeah, he does 100%. He doesn't. KiiNG acts very modest on YouTube, but outside he's got the Rolls Royce parked outside. He's got he's got the thick Cuban link chain. He's got the bottom grill with the Philly hat.
Like American crypto. Oh, okay. And I forgot, below Ethereum, I have Jellyfish. I have a holding in Jelly that I do like to support Brandon. So I do have like 600,000 of it or something, but.
I said it, Panda. I said it. But you wanted 3070s instead, and now they're off.
So here's something else. Okay, let's just see what these other people think. There was somebody in the Jellyfish community that wanted to get into mining, and I feel like this is somebody who's never mined before. Okay, didn't have an understanding of it really. You know what I mean? They were going to spend their income tax, okay, and get into mining, all right? And they're like, this is what they said. They're like, I need to make $700 a month passive from this. And I'm like, okay. So I just like took in what they said, and I'm like, okay, I only know one machine that really does around that, but that's not guaranteed profits. And I was like, hey, the only way that you're going to be able to do this is you're going to have to buy an L9, right? That's going to get you kind of in that realm, but the market fluctuates and it could be a risk, okay? They wanted to mine Warthog and Jellyfish and make that kind of money. That's the impression that they had, though, right? And you can ask Hawk and everybody. I love Jellyfish, and like what Brandon's doing is great, but this particular person thought that they were going to make like $700 to like $800 passively a month from this coin, and maybe one day that could be true, but that's not true today. And this person was going to spend their income tax money on this stuff, and I think like a lot of people who are uneducated in crypto mining, this is these are the kind of people who get involved, right? They want this. They think it's just passive money that's just going to be reoccurring every month, and that is the old Ethereum days. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
dude, the Ethereum days were wild. I used to have people call and say, "Hey, can you set up this rig for me in my office? I heard it's making crazy money." And you know what I'm starting to see now, King, is more and more getting into this. I still think we have a bull cycle ahead of us. I still think we're kind of still entering it. I think it might be a little bit delayed with certain things, but I'm seeing a lot more women get involved in the space than felt like that was around before, right? The person that you spoke to was a woman, right? I've had at least 4 or 5 calls for Terra that were all women. 2 of which are now clients. So I think it's great. I think that the word's getting around and more people are getting involved and stuff. But again, it kind of rolls back to it comes back to the adoption. Panda says L7 certain times were breaking even at 8 cents. The L7s never went negative, Panda. I don't think they ever went negative. Ever.
Yeah. It's
not last bear market they didn't.
It was down to like $3, so it got really
it was
low.
Like $3 or $4 in profit. I don't send me a link. Terra after hours, if you know what I mean. Shut up, John.
Yusuf, I'm just gonna be honest, man. Most of my ASICs are sold through Brandon. I have one customer out of the country, and he has bought in a lot of units from me, and he knows it's a risk. And you can ask many people. I'm very honest what I sell, and if it's not profitable for you, I will say so.
You know what kind of salesman King is? Look, man, I'll sell you this, but it doesn't make any money, so why would you want to buy it? But I'll sell it to you, and there's a potential that you could do it, but hey, I don't want to be responsible for that. So you may not need to buy it, but you should buy it because I'm selling it, but maybe not if you're not in the right situation.
I know that most salespeople shouldn't say that kind of stuff, but I'm honest, and this is like, okay, look, when I did have to learn some sales, and I can do it, I just don't like to do it because
there's no tick. But I'm sorry, I have to cut you off real quick because you get too involved with the sales thing, and you think it's like some extraordinary skill. Sales is involved around one thing. It's just being honest.
It's about selling something to somebody.
It's just being honest.
Even if they don't need it, though. Sometimes
no. Not in this game. It's not. Not in this. Maybe if you're selling, a thing that picks up an egg and helps you crack it. That is probably something people don't need. But if someone wants to get into mining, selling an ASIC is not selling them something that you see on an infomercial for $19.99 and convincing them that they don't really need it.
Yeah, I get that.
It's different. That's different.
And that's why I'm last. That's
no. But it's different. It's different. It's not. You're not selling a car, King. You're selling. Somebody's calling you because they want to get into mining, right? So they're already hell bent on spend. It's like walking into a department store. You're already walking in because you want to buy something. So the department store, what they do is they make certain things attractive, right? Sale here, 2 for 1 here. All that other stuff. You're referencing sales as to selling something like a car or like something that makes people's life easier because they're lazy and they really don't need it because they just it's very different than ASIC sales.
Can I use this as an example? Okay, there's a guy. I was out working in my garage. Okay, this solar sales guy came up. Okay, I don't own this place, right? I rent here. I own the house in Arizona, but not this one over here. He comes up to me and he's like, "Hey man, we're doing solar, this and that, blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Hey man, I rent." And I figured as soon as I said I rent, I'm not the freaking owner, that he would just leave me alone. And he's like, "Well, if you put these on the house, it'll add more value." You know what I mean? I'm like, "Yeah, but if I'm in a contract for you, it doesn't add more value for me.
Yeah, but that's different.
Value for the homeowner, right? Which is
that's different."
And I'm paying the bill. No, but he was he tried to talk to me for
that's
time.
Different sales though. I
tried to cut off this dude like 2-3 times to get him to leave me alone until I got angry, and I'm like, "Hey dude, just leave. Okay? Just
hey, somebody help me here. That's different from what we do. That's like that's selling you something that you don't need.
That's what I think like
Yeah,
in
but
my
that's
mind,
wrong though. That's
that's
a
what I
different
think
type of
sales
sale. That's a different type of sales tactic. You're calling me because you want to buy something. I'm not calling you because you don't want to buy something.
Yeah, yeah, but I want
Very different.
But look, even if somebody called me and was like, "Hey, Mining King, I would, I'm interested in these Z15s," and I'm like, I would be like, "Yeah, they're great. They do 420 kilosouls on Equihash, whatever. Yeah, we repaste them and blah 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 and whatever." But I would also include in there that, hey, at your current electric rate, this is extremely unprofitable, and you wouldn't make any money.
Okay. Yeah, I tell that to people all the time.
I would have to like give them the good and the bad.
I do that all the time.
I'm not saying you don't.
I'm just letting you know though, like that's not uncommon though. A lot of people do that in sales.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, I could get like, I feel like people who are like, I guess, okay, not even just, I'm not trying to.
You just don't like salesmen. You think they're all sleazy like attorneys. Just be honest. It's okay. Car salesmen are the same way. Nobody likes car salesmen for that reason.
They are. Okay, that lady, she charged me $7,000.
I'm just be honest. That's okay. You could say that. You could say, hey, look, I just don't like salespeople because I don't like salespeople because the majority of them are full of shit. And you're right, the majority are full of shit. There's a difference between someone calling and you being honest. Like when someone calls and buy, I don't have to sell anybody an ASIC. When they call us and they want one, they're already sent on buying it. I can talk them out of it based on their situation because I'm a nice person and I feel like they should know if they don't know. That's the education factor. If I'm calling your house and saying, hey, have you recently looked at Bitmain's S21 XP? I mean, if you really like Bitcoin, you should get into the. That's like a boiler room tactic. It's very different. There's a difference between sales and soliciting. The guy that came to sell you the solar panels, he's a solicitor. He's trying to convince you to go to sales because then he'll forward you to a salesperson and then he gets a commission.
He about got hit in the face with a Milwaukee.
Okay, yeah, they're annoying. Yeah, they're annoying. They're annoying. Yeah, but it's different when you call me and say, "Hey, I'm really interested in purchasing this L9. I have 45-cent power. What do you think?" And I go and I say, "Well, at that rate, I don't know if it'd be worth it spending this amount of money because you're looking at this much ROI. But if you really want it, I can sell it to you." You're not walking into a house trying to sell something. They're walking into your store. They're already set on buying that. You don't have to. ASICs sell themselves. I just facilitate the orders basically. They sell themselves unless they ask me my opinion.
Yeah, no,
there's two different types of sales. When you go into a restaurant, I don't have to sit there and go, "You really want this?"
And this is like a big thing why people are like, "Man,
am I right or wrong?"
I would rather just have, I liked it because
you don't like sales. Just that's it. That's fine. I don't like sales.
People. I don't like dealing with people.
Well, that's fine. That's all you have to say.
If that's sales, then that's sales. Then okay.
It's completely fine. If you don't like sales, you don't like sales. You don't like dealing with people. Most people don't, and that's completely fine. I grew up in the service industry, law enforcement, and now Terra. I was audio engineer before that, and it's always dealing with people. I'm used to it. But yeah, no, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah, totally off on a tangent here.
No. It's good conversation. It's good conversation. But I've seen you in action. Okay, I've seen you in action at Disrupt last year, where a guy came in and said, "Why do I want to host with Terra?" And you sat there and you explained the company. You explained what we did. You went through all of our services,
being that person,
and all you did,
I didn't like it. It made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, but you didn't do anything else but tell the truth.
Yeah,
you didn't sit there and go, "Listen, man, if your wife's leaving you, you could avoid money paying her in her divorce by buying this unit. You should do that." That's not the kind of sales that we do. And we all love you, King. We all love you. We love you for the way that you are. Trust me. Everybody in this chat, we all accept you. We love you. But you're mistaking solicitors and sellers. You walk into a car dealership. Are you not? Whether you're there to look or you're there to buy.
Bastards.
Yeah. They attack you like sharks. But you're there to buy a car.
Wallet there. I keep my hand on my wallet while I talk to them. Those fucking snakes. Okay. All right. And then you got to sit there and like I don't even do the song and dance. Like the last car I bought was my Tesla, right? Which was a great experience. It was like 5 minutes in there, in and out.
Yeah,
right?
you don't deal with
everything
anybody.
online. That's how it should be. Okay. The previous time I had to go buy a car, okay, it was like 6 hours. And you know, I went to a few different dealers because every time you go into the dealer, it's just like, this is what I'm gonna pay. Okay. We're not doing the song and dance and this number, and you're gonna go back to the guy, and then you're gonna come back, and I'm gonna be like, no, and then we go do it again. Just it's either yes or no. And then I left like 4 or 5 dealerships, dude, because I'm just like, I'm not doing this, dude.
They're annoying. It's their thing. It's their thing. It's just the way that the car dealerships they're awful. Yeah, the Tesla makes it a great experience because there's no haggling on the price. It's just that's the price. There's no one there to try to sell you more options or try to get you, because that's where they make a lot of their money, right? And the Tesla, that doesn't happen. It's just price, car. That's it.
It's so fast and easy to buy a Tesla. It is.
It is.
Like,
it's great.
You just do it all on the app. You put in all your like insurance information, because whether you're financing or if you're just buying, and like you go there and you test drive it, and nobody's even in the car. They're like, you're here for your 230 test drive. Okay, this is your car. And then you go drive it, bring it back, and then you make another appointment to buy it, right? And then you just go in. And I was doing a trade-in, right? But I did own my trade-in outright, right? I owned my, I had a 2009 RAV4 with only 60,000 miles, full leather, JBL audio. It was fully like, you know, had everything in it. I traded in that car. I gave him that paper. I've signed 5 signatures, and then he gave me the key and said goodbye. I was just like, that's
called a great model. Like
it threw me back. I was just like, this seems so fast. Like, are we sure we're not missing a step here? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, traditional dealerships.
I need to come back.
Yeah, Hawk is the only salesman to talk to someone out of respect. I on everything that I've loved, I've talked about at least 30 or 40% of the calls that I get. I've talked people out of buying ASICs.
Johnson, I want to buy a Z50. This guy. Oh my god,
it's true though. Too many people. They try to sell you like there was a guy who called me actually today, and he said that there was a company that he saw on Instagram that said that they're selling, they're doing that where they sell a portion of the machine and they're guaranteeing him so much Bitcoin and all this other stuff. And he's like, what do you think about this? I said, don't even bother. And I told him how they operate. And he's like, yeah, why would I want to do that? I'm like, exactly. It's just a sales tactic. Same way that we went back to this earlier in this conversation when Gold Shell's putting the profitability on the website. It's the same thing. Sell me this pen. Right, King? Here. Sell me this pen. Sell me this pen, King, right here.
I can't do it.
I could sell you this pen. Ready?
Yeah.
Write down my name. Do you have a pen over there?
Nope.
$5.99.
I don't need a pen, so I'm not paying.
Yeah, but you needed to write my name down. That's the point.
I don't need to write your name down. I'm not buying it.
Well, that was the scene from that was from The Wolf of Wall Street. He's like, sell me this pen. You got something? Can you write down my name on that piece of paper? I don't have a pen. Here you go. Supply and demand, my friend. Bought my taco edge. Oh, nice. Pens are dinosaur tech. The pen is the bait. Hawk, move to Mississippi, 1,000. Oh my god, you guys are crazy, dude. It is a good movie. It is a good top sales movie ever. Now that was like selling something garbage to garbage men. Like that was complete, like selling shit you don't need.
I don't know how people like that sleep at night. They just pretty much steal people's money. I can't.
I mean, I think I'll tell you. I think this is how I think they sleep at night. Is that they're making a sales pitch, and someone's choosing to make the decision to buy it. They're not putting a gun to anybody's head and forcing them to do it.
Yeah, but you're coercing them to buy it because you're saying all these great things about it. That's 90% of it is not true.
That's not necessarily coercion as much as it is it's the same in all sales. It's, hey, this is propping it up, right? It's saying like, how do I explain it? It's not necessarily you're not coercing them to do it. You're not trying to tell them that this will happen if they don't do it, right? Or you'll probably not benefit from this if you don't do this, right? It's more of like you're propping up your, like, here, like, look at this cup, man. I mean, this cup is amazing, stainless steel, it's good to go. You be a sucker not to invest in the company that makes these. I mean, the technology, everything in here, you would really, really, really benefit from owning a cup like this. Look, after 2 hours, I still got ice in it. It's crazy. You would be stupid not to own this. I mean, look, this is amazing. I own like 7 of these. That's what they're doing. That's not coercion. That's called sales tactics.
Yeah, I'm good. Nope, no thanks.
Maybe slight misrepresentation, maybe, but I fucking love that cup. Hawk is a hothead. I'm not a hothead. I'm actually very level-headed. Let's face it, we're all suckers. Just own it, says SJ. I've been suckered into sales all the time, dude. I've bought shit that I haven't needed, people, and it happens to everybody. Here you go, $5. Me sat over here writing in blood with that pen. Game of Smoky Dance, great. Pink sheets, penny stocks. Commission is how they sleep at night. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I know, but I don't know. I've always been more about honest, hard day's work. I guess I've always, up until this, the company, and Terra and everything, I've always been a blue collar worker my whole life. So I guess I'm more about the honest day's work, I guess.
The best salesmen are honest. That's a fact. The best salesmen, or anybody who's in sales, are the people who sit there and they tell, and I learned this from my family. My family in the restaurant is sales primarily, right? And I've learned this, it's service too. The best salesmen are always honest people. I've been buying a car from the same guy for the last 15 years. They're always honest. I went to the car dealership today. My mom's getting out of her lease on her car. She wanted me to go negotiate with the other one. I went and said, well, she wants this. He says, it's not worth buying that car. It's got a terrible program on it. You shouldn't bother. He's honest with me all the time. You don't want this car because you got 2 kids and getting your head into it. The frame's going to hit you. It's going to be a nightmare. The best salesmen are always honest. If they trust you, they'll come back, just like Traveler Travel said. So it's not about the whole, here's this cup thing and the Wolf of Wall Street tactics. All that implodes over time. Those are all short-lived tactics. Those companies get in, get out, make their money, and go do something else. Lifelong businesses, people who build sustainable businesses and growth and empires, they all do it honestly. Majority of them will do it honestly. Not all of them, but majority of them.
What the hell is Yusuf talking about? Help us, Frown. What are you talking about?
What is he saying?
I don't even want to put it on my screen.
I don't know what he's talking
about. Oh man, what is I don't know what you're doing, Yusuf.
I agree, Bell Miner, it is a lot easier to sell something you believe in. 150%. I agree with that. That is a very, very true statement.
Yeah. Now we're talking about sales and everything.
I was always wondering how like certain people kept going to pay more money at other companies, like even in ASIC sales. Like our competitors, some of them are a lot higher than us, but they do quadruple the numbers. And I'm just like, well, I don't get it. It's because they build this loyalty and this trust with their clientele. And that circumvents cheap prices to competitors.
Yeah, I mean, I guess people are willing to, because they had a good
but that's experience. Like the same thing with Terra. Like we are a little bit higher on the hosting cost at the moment. We are going to lower really soon. Hopefully we had some delays, shit happens, but people trust us and they've expanded with us. And that's why we're over 1,000 machines online. And that's why we're where we are, because we built that model. It's the same model. So.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't like that the other misrepresentation and
it's slimy. It's slimy. 100%. I agree with you.
It's like my finance guy that I have for me and my dad. I'm kind of grandfathered in because my dad's been with these guys for like 30 years, and he called me up and he's just like, "Hey man, I'm gonna cut down our fee by half." I'm like, okay. I'm like, most because he's commission based,
because you're doing good business and you're reinvesting. So for him, it incentivizes him to give you a break, and maybe you'll invest more money.
You know what I mean? So it's that's a lot for him though. But yeah, it's you know, but see, that's somebody who's always looking out for you, like when it comes to investments like that, about them saving you money. That kind of stuff. Well, that's not really a sale. Like he's not trying to sell me on anything. He's
it is a sale. It is a sale.
It is, and it's not though, because well, I listen. Like I'm not gonna say the amounts that are in the accounts, but yes, there's high dollar values in there. But it's like, and we're probably one of his top clients. But the point is like he could still do what he was doing. He didn't have to lower his rate though. You know what I mean?
Just to let everybody know, tonight's live stream is sponsored by iRescue Data, who says no quotes, always fixed rate recoveries on your data. Make sure you check out iRescue Data. See? There you go. That'll be $59.99, sir. 90 people watching, only 10 likes. No, you guys have to hit refresh. There's more likes.
No, there's more than that. There's 246 watching, 157 on
only
X,
89 on YouTube. These are all YouTube
80,
though.
and 89 on YouTube. Weird that more people are watching on X than on YouTube, but that's kind of been the thing for me. All right, we're gonna get into this final announcement because it's gonna make people talk a lot. So, I am going to be leaving the Terrahash Tuesday show. It's going to remain with Hawk, and he will carry on the show. I'm stepping away, and I'm kind of let him do his thing. It's been a great show with me and Hawk, and it's this is like, he's making me say this guy. He's not saying nothing.
Go ahead. What do you want? You want me to cut you off?
No.
All right, go ahead. Look, you don't have to say it. I could have said it for you. There's been
a lot of more political talks, and I'm really not a fan of the political stuff. Hawk does cover a lot of trending topics and political things. And, you know, when we first started this show, it was mostly geared to welcome new miners and talk about new mining things. And we've been doing the show for almost 3 years.
It's been a long time we've been doing Terrahash Tuesday. It's crazy. And
it's, some shows come to an end, right? Like, you know, not every show has an ending eventually, right? And I think that me and Hawk also, and the content that we cover and that we divulge in has changed, and the show has changed. So I think that Hawk should I'm going to let him just carry it on. He could do Terrahash Tuesday, or he could change it to his Hawkman, or whatever he wants to do, right? And then I'm probably, I don't know, I got to figure out what I would like to do, because things have changed, right? You know what I mean? The scene's changed. Like, me and Hawk used to talk about all like Neox and all these like coins that were coming out, and we're all GPU mining, and that was kind of the focus of the whole show when me and Hawk first started the show. And, you know, it's been it's dramatically changed because of, well, things that we're also doing in our lives, right? Versus where we were 3 years ago. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, the landscape has changed. Rebranded to Lunatic Tuesday. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. It's the landscape has changed. KiiNG is also busy with Terra. There's a lot of stuff going on. It does make it hard to live stream. I'm more than likely going to keep Terrahash Tuesday going, but I do stream on Thursdays as well. So it's fitting in the live streams for me. Fitting in the live streams for me has been tough too. Like, but ever since my son's been going to bed early, it's easier. And, you know, waking up a little bit earlier and getting the day done. But there's a lot of stuff going on. So I mean, yeah, KiiNG, I'm sure will still stop by and do guest appearances and stuff, especially when we talk about like big news at Terra. You'll see him. He'll still do his own show, but I mean, he made a video for the first time in like 3 months. I haven't made a video in a while. We just been busy. And, right now Terra is the main focus. Live streaming for me is very easy. I could just basically hit go live and that's it. Because my setup's already there, and it's just KiiNG's also a single parent. There's a lot of other things. He's just a lot busier than I am especially towards the evenings. So it becomes very difficult to do the shows and stuff. I have help, KiiNG does not. So it's very hard, and it can become strenuous sitting for an hour, 2 hours on live stream. So, but I'll keep the show going. He'll still come in. I'm sure he'll be like, "Hey, can I join you tonight?" I know my brother. I know how he is. So that's usually how it'll be. But it'll mainly be me, and then I'll have guest appearances too. I have some ideas that'll kind of shake some things up too. So it's gonna be pretty cool. A year ago, I got all my crypto news from Misfit Mining YouTubers. Recently, I've been hearing stuff first from YouTubers I haven't seen before, only seen a few times. Yeah, I mean, I think for the most part, we've all stayed pretty consistent, especially through the bear market. Panda, myself, Chump, KiiNG.
There's a lot of guys acting like I'm leaving the scene. Okay, I'm not leaving.
KiiNG, take it easy. Oh my god, Panda.
Dude, shut up. We're gonna talk in Discord later if you get in. And hey, once you get on voice, Panda, quit giving me the BS that you can't talk. Okay, it's look, I'm not leaving the scene like I'm leaving the YouTube scene. I haven't made that announcement yet because that has been on my mind off and on for a while. I am getting back into regular content. My video drops will be Fridays. What I'm doing is I'm really segmenting out my recordings. Like I'm recording on Saturday or Sunday. I'm doing a little bit of editing Monday or Tuesday, right? Just a little bit. And I'm able to drop a video a week. Like I'll have a video this Friday. So I'm only going to drop 4 videos a month. And that's kind of what I can commit to.
It's hard making content when we're working. It's hard. Is it not? I mean, to sit for hours and edit, and it's in my editing, hard, there's been some videos I did really good editing, and there's going to be probably these videos probably won't be as in depth edited, right? Because I just look like Hawk said, we're working for this company, and it's our company, we're building it, and then I have the single parent stuff. The divorce is almost ended, and then I have my other side business venture of my Z15s that I do at night. And then at the end of the day, I don't really indulge in anything. I drink sociably when I'm out with the guys when I go to Florida and stuff, but usually when I'm here at my house, I don't drink because I'm the only adult around, right? In case of an emergency, I need to be sober. So what I like to do at the end of the day, I like to play games for a few hours, right? That's my relaxation time for myself. And I think everybody needs that time to just unwind and kind of decompress. You know what I mean? Because if you don't, you burn the candle too bright at one end. You know what I mean? For so long, it gets you get burnt out pretty quickly. We all felt it recently, and it's been a lot. And what happens is as partners, we realize that as Terra grows and expands, the workload's becoming heavier and heavier. And it's not just hosting, guys. Terra has other aspects of the business as well that require a lot more attention. So, you know what I mean? It's a lot to do content. A lot of these, people who do content full time, that's great. I think it's awesome. People like Panda who can do it full time, and that's all they're focused on. When we're dealing with nearly 250 clients, 1,000 machines, over 3 megawatts worth of hosting equipment, and then on top of building a new place, setting that up, the data center stuff. I mean, there's only 5 of us at Terra, and it's a company that's big enough to house 20 people. So it's where you need that much. So it's the workload's heavy. So it's just
And here's the other
part of it,
aspect
though.
of the show thing. And here's the other aspect of the show thing is, Hawk likes to cover the trending topics, and I'm usually not with that. I usually don't have time to keep up on those things, especially with things happening in the news or politically. And usually I just don't talk or do anything for that length of time. So,
Sorry, 6 people. I forgot chili.
Yeah.
The websites.
So no, I will think of a live show that I can do that I think would add some value to people. You know what I mean? And when I could have time to do it, I'll have to find a day. Maybe I'll do something like the hobbyist did. Maybe like something during like lunch or something. I could just sit down and talk to people for like 45 minutes or something like that, on my lunch break or something.
For the record, everybody, I've tried to convince him not to do this. Can you please?
Yeah,
I'm sitting here for hours and try to convince him to do this.
This isn't even the first time that I brought this up to him. It's been going on for many months.
For the record, so everybody knows, okay, that I'm not in favor of this decision. I'm respecting it because he's my friend and we run a business together. I want him to stay in the space and do videos. I think we have an interesting dynamic, but he wants to do this, and I support him. So we all need to support him. So KiiNG, sayonara. We'll see you later. I'll call you in 10 minutes after this because I have some stuff we need to talk about, and then I'll see you in Monday's meeting.
Yeah. On the Z15 front, though, they'll be going back up again, though. But if you want some, you should talk to Brandon and get a pre-order because I have a high amount of interest for them, and they're probably not going to stay very long. So we have some commitments we need to do, and I just got word that the first pallet's going to be shipping this week to me. So the first of many. So yeah,
I tell you what, man, you struck gold with those Z15. I was, I was skeptical when you did. I was like, oh, come on. I was like, what are you doing? And then it's like, hey, I just sold all of them. I'm like,
the crazy thing is if you look at some of the things that, and look, I don't think this is going to aspire to be a multi-million-dollar business or anything like that. But if you listen to some of like when Elon starts businesses, he knows that Tesla was going to fail in the beginning. You know what I mean? He knew that.
Well, he didn't start Tesla. When he took it over, it was in bad shape. Right.
Yeah. But but the thing is though, is it's not about failing. It's about what you do after you fail.
I don't think you failed though.
I mean,
you're looking at it as where you didn't fail.
I didn't that I didn't fail, but well,
you didn't fail at anything.
I mean,
what did you fail? What do you think you fail in? Tad goes, cut to the scene of Paul Walker driving away from Vin Diesel.
That'd be cool.
Hey, you can leave without saying goodbye?
Yeah.
You didn't fail, man. I don't know what you think you failed at.
I don't know.
What'd you fail at? You didn't fail at anything.
I'm still not happy with the Z15s. I think I could do better. That's just me.
Aspiring to do more is natural human behavior. And I hope you would aspire to do more. Mike says, I'm the resident failure here. Mike, you are the furthest person from a failure in this chat. You've troll. And the furthest person from a failure.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not like leaving YouTube. Like I'll have the video drop Friday and then I'll figure out some kind of a stream. I'm really ASIC centric now. You know what I mean? Because that's mostly what I do now. So
yeah, you pivot just like everyone else did. The market forces it that way.
And that's just kind of the road it's led me down. So I'm gonna do like a lot of ASICs, oriented content. You know what I mean? So,
what's up, Mr. Gandhi? You're just right now. You're not a retro mic tech. You're not a failure. You're just in it for the tech. Oh, that's a great comment. Do whatever makes you happy. I tell you what, I enjoy streaming. I enjoy doing these lives. I enjoy YouTube. For me, it's just as relaxing as playing a video game or doing something else that I enjoy.
No, I don't know about that.
I like it.
I'd rather go
like
play
it.
Tarkov right now.
Oh my god, Tarkov game is awful. Let's get back in CS, please. You know, Tad sent me a message. This is what it said. It was so funny, and I didn't get it at first. He said, "I'm receiving," and this is for obviously a video game, but he goes, "I receive a small word. A terrorist group is planning to attack targets of interest with a makeshift C4 explosive. Hurry, get you and King in here to counter the threat." He's talking about CS. What a great comment. Thanks, Tad. That made me laugh, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm hanging with friends. I agree, Bill Mine. I feel like every time I come in here, I'm just kind of shooting the shit with everybody. And hey, you know, what's up, guys? You should follow up with as long as it's legal, or you don't get. You should follow up with as long as it's legal, or you just don't get caught. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, we have a great community here, and it's you know, it's been great. It's been responsible for a lot of the growth that we've experienced, and it's awesome. So, all right, well, we've been going for an hour and 45, King. I know you want to go play Escape from whatever it's called. So,
Escape from Tarkov, all right?
Yeah, was it Jack Off? Escape from Jack Off? I don't know. Sorry. So Tarkov, sorry. Anyway,
I haven't even played it talking shit about it.
All right, well, I'll see you guys next Tuesday. I may have a guest or two, and we'll see if Fix It Timmy. I can probably convince him. I'll try to convince him to come back. Don't worry. Yeah, but let's see. Now King will have time to create mining pool tutorials.
No.
Yeah, you got all the time in the world right now.
Hey, every time somebody wants to make a pool, I just say, I know a guy, DM him, and it's Retro Mike. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for hanging out tonight, man. It's been a great Terrahash Tuesday. You guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you later.